토요일 날 오후 5시 54분이 지나고 있습니다. 오늘은 제가 오랜만에 또 몇 주 만에 삼육대학교 영어예배를 갔다 와서 그 사람들은 토요일 날 예배를 드리니까 오랜만에 또 그쪽 예배에 참여를 했습니다. 자, 이 시간은 제가 성경 아닌 일반 책들을 읽는 시간대입니다. Where will you be 5 years from today? Why not be a maverick? Why not be a maverick? Brand sense. Sensory secret behind the stuff we buy. Understandably, over the past few years, H's casino had spent thousands of dollars to see whether fresher air, wider aisles, and back supports can increase gambling. And today, most casinos in Las Vegas, including Bellagio, the Venetian, and Mandalay Bay, have implemented similar strategies. Outstanding. 47 ways to make your organization exceptional. We could almost call this level of non-communication dysfunction junction, and teams who live there don't get much done. One-on-one stories about life, love, and lessons. The call always started out the same. Guess what your cat did? Escape at the average. Do work that matters. Punch fear in the face. The hero's clothes weighed more than the villain's or the victim's clothes to me. The Korean way in business, understanding the dealing with the South Koreans in business. Professional go-between. can often be very helpful in such cases because they bring a more balanced perspective to the issues and are much less likely to unfairly favor the South Korean side. Perfect pages for sales and marketing copy. Chapter 5 Tactics for Postcards, Letters, and Sell Sheet Postcards. Your readers get a huge pile of mail every day that they or their secretaries glance at for half a second and then decide to toss or keep. Dream keys for the future, unlocking the secret of your destiny. This time the separation would widen into an unbridgeable gulf between them that would result in a swift divorce. Maybe you should talk to someone. I don't want to have to take care of her if she gets really sick one day, he said over our shared dessert. Wild courage, a journey of transformation for you and your obedience. Brave, timed, and right on point. I challenge it. Leadership secret. But if in doing so they've left a trail of unhappy people in their wake, then you've got trouble. Make sure commitments are achieved ethically. When some delivers on a commitment, that's great. convinced how to prove your competence and win people over. The details of this idea were examined in greater depth by Z. Why men don't listen and women can read maps. This brings the real percentage of gay twins with identical genetic makeup to 60 to 70%, or 2 out of 3, proving convincingly that most sexuality is created in the womb. Thinking in best, making smarter decisions when you don't have all the facts, whether it's our kids, other family members, friends, relationship partners, co-workers, or even ourselves. We share the common trait of generally being more rational about the future than the past. The squiggly career, ditch the ladder, discover opportunity, design your career. There are some blank pages at the back of the book if you want to repeat several iterations of this exercise. Yes or no, the guide to better decision. The young man said, sometimes I think I make most of my decision in the dark. Healing the shame that binded you. Then he said firmly, I am articulate. I'm articulate now, and I've learned to be assertive. The creative habit. W.H. had then tried his hand at one sestina. It's called Passage Molaris, and you can find it in his collected poems. Sestina. Change your brain, change your body. Use your brain to get and keep the body you have always wanted. In assessing memory problems, it is important to consider early stages of Alzheimer's disease. The things you can see only when you slow down. 1 minute, when someone criticizes us, we are offended and furious. The doodle revolution unlocked the power to think differently. Remember, impo doodlers work with the physical and the visual experience in order to spark the mind. The promise of a pencil, how an ordinary person can create extraordinary change. If only she knew how small our organization really was. Rising strong, not at the beginning of our lives, not in the messy middle, and not at the end. Your next season, advice for executives on transitioning from intense careers to fulfilling next season. Take up a cause which has a natural community of interest. Improve your marketing to grow your business. Insight and innovation that drive business and brand growth. How can the CEO take leadership in asset allocation modeling for brands? How to influence people and become a master of persuasion. Discover advanced methods to analyze people, control emotion and body language, leverage manipulation in business and the relationships. Use of the narrative persuasion theory. The power of stories is well known. Now, build a great business. 7 ways to maximize your profit in any market. Expand the size of each transaction. Once you have attracted a prospect, you can upsell, cross-sell, and even downsell if the customer cannot afford the main product or service. Upsell, cross-sell, even downsell. A foolproof steps to financial peace of mind. Keep score in the money game. This is your growth. Pricing to make your business profitable. You have to make sure you are charging enough to meet your income goals. Possible Mind 25 Ways to Looking at AI. We have a way of putting people together to make better decisions, given more and more experience. American Girls About the Town. I came on a bit strong. Why surprising you at the airport? Didn't I? Quit like a millionaire. No gimmicks, luck, or trust fund required. If you are interested in moving to any of those countries long term, here are some more details about each. Portugal. And the best part, billionaire traders, how people are beating Wall Street at its own game. I know the price I want, so I will average into that price. Change your brain, change your life. The dark side, violence, a combination of problems. Current research indicated that violence, in fact, results from a combination of all three. 13 things mentally strong parents don't do: raising self-assured children and training their brains for a life of happiness, meaning, and success. They don't condone a victim mentality. Do you prevent your child from making mistakes? When faced with tough times, they are able to dig deep to find the tools they need, not just to endure pain, but also to learn from it. You can have an amazing life in just 60 days. Since the law of equilibrium is one of the greatest spiritual principles, make sure that you see it as part of your life. The overspent American. When John and Louis tried to limit their family's Christmas giving, John's stressed out. Sister resisted, despite the fact that over time she worked to buy her gift was making her sick. Rework. Ignore this book and your own patio. How does that help you stand out? I'll teach your competition. The Way to Black Belt, a comprehensive guide to rapid, rock-solid results. When you truly understand the way, you can take any form that you want to. Understand the strategy to master the tactics. The power of your subconscious mind. Therefore, there was no occasion for great mental effort or mental coercion. 15 secret successful people know about time management. Secret number 10. 80% of outcomes are generated by 20% of activities. What 20% of your time generate 80% of your value? Protect yourself at college life in the dorms. Whenever you make a purchase, the funds are automatically withdrawn from your account. Effective communication. Abstract. A paragraph that briefly summarizes and highlights the major points. The completed microbiotic diet. 7 steps to feel fabulous, look vibrant, and think clearly. You can easily make soft rice out of any leftover rice dish. How to spend less without being miserable. It gives her a feeling of satisfaction, a feeling of satisfaction that she's got one over on them. A sense of urgency. Time management was pleased, as it certainly should have been. Keep it simple. Unclutter your mind to uncomplicate your life. A former business colleague once told me that his belief in the importance of clarity came from his father, who had one simple and focused message for his children, which he repeated over and over. Remember who you are. Unbroken. A World War II story of survival, resilience, and redemption. Coming home was an experience of profound, perilous aloneness. Why men don't have a clue, and women always need more shoes. Mother Nature deposit excess fat away from the vital organs, and that is why there is no fat around the heart, brain, or testicles. Becoming supernatural. In this way, each center has its own energy and a corresponding level of consciousness, and each is associated with specific emotion corresponding to that center. Emotional intelligence, the essential ingredient for success. P redefined janitors' jobs as making sure people have the greatest day of their lives at Six Flags, which required clean parks. A world without the email, reimagining work in an age of communication overload. On average, this hybrid protocol seems like it has a lower cost than either of the alternatives, and is probably therefore the right choice for the consulting firm. The 4 elements of success. Finally, one mumbled, a student. Another one in the far corner mumbled, a dropout. Rich dad to the poor dad. Teach you what to teach your kids about money for their future financial success. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Powerful lesson in personal change. They are filtering everything through their own paradigm, reading their autobiography into other people's lives. The miracles of your mind. Are you ready to unlock your true potential? The habitual drunkard. The habitual drunkard says bravely, I will not touch it anymore, but he has no power to back it up because he does not know where to locate it. Inner side, the new science to unlock your brain's hidden power. Habits. I was 55 pounds overweight, riddled with siege, Crohn's disease, in constant pain, and feeling completely hopeless. Now discover your strengths, how to develop your talents, and those of the people you manage. You imagine yourself becoming narrow, self-absorbed, a brittle specialist. Money rules, the simple path to lifelong security. Don't budget while you are dieting. Don't diet when you are budgeting. You probably think of willpower as unlimited. Mojo, how to get it, how to keep it, how to get it back if you lose it. Mojo is the moment when we do something that's purposeful, powerful, positive, and the rest of the world recognizes it. Grit, the power of passion and perseverance. My passion is to help people, Joe told me. How to make the one hell of a profit and still get to heaven. Chapter 6. Manage your emotion, or they will manage you. Until you can manage your emotion, don't expect to be able to manage money. Thus, cracking the success of the code. In both of the studies, the theory of successful intelligence was able to demonstrate that it effectively predicted the likely performance outcomes of future college students. Work, a deep history from the Stone Age to the age of robots. But then one of the hunters discovers that he has a particular talent for making bows and arrows, and so start making them for others in exchange for Benijan. The power of TED, the empowerment dynamic. Then who knows, 15 years down the road, you might be sitting on a Sunday afternoon at a pro basketball game watching a 7-foot center out on the floor who used to be one of the kids you coached in the parks and the recreation league. Obedience excellence in a disruptive age. I am right about this. Born for this. How to find the work you are meant to do. Not only is this practice incredibly wasteful, it's also an obvious sign of obedience on the verge of extinction. Effortless. Make it easier to do what matters most. Conclusion now. What happened next matters most. Not long ago, my family and I moved into an idyllic community. Principles of language learning and the teaching. Contrary to our stereotypes, introverts can have an inner strength of character that extroverts do not have. Master your time, master your life. The breakthrough system to get more results faster in every area of your life. No matter what job description is written on your business card, your true job is problem solver. Screw calm and get angry. He that is of the opinion money will do everything may well be suspected of doing everything for money. Live and in person, so open. We just have to tolerate it and learn how to maneuver around the problem. Say English golden words. An optimist laughs to forget. A pessimist forgets to laugh. How to thrive in the digital age. During the writing of this book, I found myself feeling the force of this. Crucial conversation. What would I do right now if I really wanted these results? Prediction machine, the simple economics of artificial intelligence. Machines learn faster with more data, and when machines are deployed in the wild, they generate more data. What I didn't learn in business schools, how strategy works in the real world. That leads us to the next item. Self-part matters, creating your life from the inside out. Maybe the filters were in fact accurate in some past situation, but do they still fit? good economics for hard times. A country like India, which is on the cusp of being able to afford cheaper air conditioning appliances, thus face a particularly ghastly trade-off: saving lives today or moderating climate change to save lives in the future. How to deflect, disarm, and diffuse any verbal conflict. If the other person's wishes have been ignored lately, perhaps it's time to say yes. Wake up and leave. This book will help you reach your goals and achieve success. If the alibis of the age were in any way generally helpful, if they were not excuses for remaining inactive, and if inactivity were really a happier state than effectiveness, there would be little harm in indulging in the contemporary pattern, even without the specialized medical or psychological knowledge necessary for using the terminology correctly. Smarter, faster, cheaper, non-boring, flapper-free strategies for marketing and promoting your business. No personality, boring, big yawn. Perfect praises for performance at the reviews. Does not accept the responsibility for financial problems. Harvard Business Review on managing your career, managing oneself. This is particularly true when a leader must steer an organization through difficult change. Understanding global trade. In the United Kingdom, the rate of unemployment rises continuously. Rejection proof. How I beat the fear and became invincible through 100 days of rejection. Finding meaning. Obviously, the rejections I sought throughout my 100 days of rejection did not have life and death as consequences. Take the stairs, 7 steps to achieving true success. In the movie Dead Poets Society, Robin Williams stands on top of a desk in a classroom and says, I stand on this desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. The Transformative CEO, Impact Lessons from Industry Game Changers on Decision Making. Which was the leader? Leaders must make decisions open on the most difficult challenges facing the organization. If you can manage yourself strictly and with integrity, you don't have to manage those that are under you. Execution. The discipline of getting things done. What are the critical issues facing the business? How to be useful. A beginner's guide to not hating work. It was a sentiment you might not expect to last beyond the American psycho-cultural movement, but it proved to have legs. Public speaking for dummies. Speak with competence. Create a spectacular visual aid. Add power with body language. You can use lots of bridges of this sort, such as the following. The real issue is you can be a stock market genius, uncover the secret hiding places of stock market profit. Look for situations that have limited downside, unattractive business to restructure around, a inventivized management team. Why people fail, the 16 obstacles to success and how you can overcome them. So forgetting career success and purely focusing on life success, one of the very best strategies you can adopt to improve the quality of your life is to increase and deepen your personal relationships. The 100-year life, living and working in an age of longevity. So what comes in its place? Scenarios, possible scenarios. A long life had so many exciting possibilities, more hours to be spent, more opportunities to be grasped, and more identities to be explored. fear how to win your way in work and life. You are on your own in the middle of an ocean in a storm with no way back. The 5 second rule. Transform your life, work, and competence with everyday courage. Just watch it, your text talk. Forgive yourself. The first thing research tells us. You need to forgive yourself for procrastinating. Celebrity branding you. The problem, of course, is not the structure, but the people or entities behind the structure that make or break the deal. The armchair economist, my seatmate, had expressed some mild curiosity about the equation and the diagrams I was scribbling. Selling real estate to the service, third level secret of top producers. Client shares critical information not included in RFP. Writing extra, a resource book of multi-level skills and activities. Put a cross over the hot and elicit what has happened. I don't love my boyfriend now. Ask, I want to finish with him. Do I phone him or write? Write is more finer. You can heal your life. There is so much love in your heart that you could heal the entire planet. Squeezed. Why our families can afford the America. After all, due to the scarcity of rental or viable housing in many cities, it is now common for teachers and other professionals living in places like San Francisco to seek second jobs, like the Uber drivers we met previously. The elephant in the room, sharing the secret for pursuing real financial success. We all huddled together. Influence. How women's soaring economic power will transform our world for the better. Meanwhile, in Europe, where public policies often provide ample support for working families, parents. Happiness has risen over time for both men and women, with the men experiencing the greater increase. Unplug every day. 365 ways to log up and live better. Don't set an alarm clock. Instead, wake up with the sun. Wake up. Beyond the obvious killer question that sparked a game-changing innovation, but when you are producing, I don't want silence. The five love languages of teenagers. Often, however, the parent interpreted the teenager's move toward independence as an indication that he no longer wants parental affection. This is a serious mistake. The Family Manager's Guide for Working Moms: How to Make More Time to Enjoy Your Family. The first parent to a teenager home knows what to start for dinner. Public speaking. Get it right and it will feel like you are exactly meeting their needs. Homecoming, reclaiming and healing your inner child. He was so tired of always having to be the star and the super achiever. Outrageous fortunes. 2 years later, the Commodities Futures Modernization Act had removed whole categories of so-called over-the-counter derivatives from oversight in the United States, delivering knock your socks off service, written in a witty, engaging style, and offers real tactics any service provider can use. You might want to consider upgrading to our new digital service to get the speed and the performance you are after. The shift, taking your life from ambition to meaning. Each of the components of ego make entirely different demand than our source of being does. Digital marketing. Determine the best market and fit for your brand. Relevant to the trust icons. Reputable brands that you do business with or are affiliated with, as seen on logos and testimonials, let your visitors know that they are making a smart decision to give you their contact information or make a purchase. Succeeding as an entrepreneur, consider waiting until late in your career before setting up shop for a new venture. The speech. I contrasted that as I did earlier to the fact that 2 days ago the presiding officer and I and a total of 53 members of the Senate said, maybe we should provide a $250 check this year to seniors on Social Security and to disabled vets because they have gotten a COLA for 2 years, a $250 check. Can we all get along? Racial and ethnic minorities in American politics. Bradley said Wynn exhibited the depth and strength of multiracial coalition politics in Los Angeles, a coalition that was to consolidate power, bring Asian Americans into its fold, and control City Hall from 1973 to 1993, when Bradley stepped down as the mayor. The Happy Book, The Happy Book. Your own happy pages, fit in whatever manner you wish. The Resilience Factor, 7 keys to finding your inner strength and overcoming life's other hurdles. Remember, the goal is to figure out what's most likely and then save your energy for coping with that scenario. The Leadership Code, 5 rules to lead by. They work to match today's people with tomorrow's position to ensure sustainability of organization success. How chartered lies, getting smarter about visual information. I'm all for discussing whether the expensive changes in public policy mentioned by Stephens are worth it, but to have that conversation in the first place, we must read the chart and understand the future they imply. Good chart can help us make smarter decisions. Business plans for dummies take advantage of the latest technology and marketing trends. The exact point is that a separate high growth and low growth market is rather arbitrary. Start by using a 10% annual growth rate as the midpoint. Around the world in 80 trades. Oh, okay then, fair enough, but $4,000 is still too little anyway. The story of you, an Enneagram journey to becoming your true self. The 6th story, courage for the loyalist. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the trump of it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Heal your body. I am safe. I trust fully in the process of life. Life is for me. Lincoln on leadership. Executive strategies for tough times. Remarkable. A lively and entertaining study that delivers uncommon good sense. The next day, the president astonished everyone by appointing one of Chase's strongest supporters, Senator William, to be the new Secretary of Treasury. Content of the rules. Moderating is not editing. Never edit any comment that is posted to your blog, even if you disagree. Uncontrolled risk. Uncontrolled risk is the definitive story behind the great credit crisis. The battle was market perception versus the reality. The top 50 question kids ask: are you going to get a ticket, or are you driving too fast? By now, I bet you know exactly what I'm going to say, and you'd be right. Books. Here is key advice. Make a list of all the questions that your prospective clients, patients, customers ask in the course of making decision. The power of habit. Why we do what we do and how to change. Many of the people in the audience had invested millions of dollars in Alcoa stock and had enjoyed a steady return. $700 billion paid out. Authority. In carrying out paragraph 1, the secretary shall hold the asset to maturity or for resale for and until such time as the secretary determines that the market is optimal for selling such asset in order to maximize the value for taxpayers. Getting things done. The art of stress-free productivity. Once your comfort zone has been established for the kind of relaxed control that getting things done is all about, you won't have to worry too much about making yourself do your review. You'll have to in order to get back to your personal standard again. Pros and cons. To a large extent, the UN has fulfilled its remit, helping to prevent a global war, standing up to aggression, especially in North Korea and Kuwait, and making human rights a powerful worldwide concept, which state can flout but not ignore, or else why would China have tried to justify its record as better than that of the USA? Management secret. Within secret, the experts tell all. Could some task be broken down and shared? be fair with others, but then keep after them until they are fair with you. The driver in the driverless car, how our technology choices will create the future. Business would hate this idea, but it might force them to do the right thing. Clean, the revolutionary program to restore the body's natural ability to heal itself. In addition to being relaxing and nurturing, massage helps release toxin by boosting the circulation of lymph, the fluid that carries waste, debris, toxins, and sick cells through the lymph nodes. A 8,789 words of wisdom. Discretion is the better part of valor. Seek respect. What's right isn't always popular, and what's popular isn't always right. Some regions are harder to understand. I never met a pearl I didn't like. In sex, as in banking, there is a penalty for early withdrawal. The room where it happened. I briefed Pompeo on this discussion, saying we had prevented a very bad outcome in Syria and were verging now on constructing something adequate and doable. Verging. $2,600 praises for setting effective performance, ready-to-use praises that really get the results. Look for common ground and encourage collaboration with your peers. The art of storytelling. 8 steps to presenting an unforgettable story. Once you are there in your imagination, have him tell you how to get to the dresser. Inner wisdom, meditation for the heart and the soul. I visualize all my limitations falling away one by one until I'm safe, healed, and whole. A proven system to simplify your life, double your productivity, and achieve all your goals. Improve your family and personal life. No success in public life can compensate for failure in the home. Keys to retirement planning. You must begin withdrawing a set from SAP by April 1st after the year you reach 70 and a half. Playing to win. How strategy really works. The strategy logic flow spurs a thoughtful analysis of your company's current reality, context, challenge, and opportunities, and lead to the development of multiple possible where to play and how to win choice. Communication for international biddings, the secret of excellent interpersonal skills. This will help you to recognize and to control the emotion. Why men are from Mars, women are from Venus. The classic guide to understanding the opposite sex. Upon returning home, find her first before doing anything else and give her a hug. 101 ways to score points with a woman. Practice listening and ask a question. Ask a specific question about her day that indicate an awareness of what she was planning to do. Example, how did your appointment with the doctor go? Becoming the boss. New rules for the next generation of leaders. The goal is not only to avoid uncertainty or miscommunication with your virtual team members, but also to elicit the best performance from people you do not see in person on a frequent basis. Here are some tips for becoming more other-oriented. Set extremely clear expectation on what needs to be accomplished. The essentials. Action is essential, both to empower others and to maintain the credibility of the change effort as a whole. The power of focus. What the world's greatest achievers know about the secret to financial freedom and success. So why do people stumble? So why do people stumble when they have an opportunity to ask? Essentially, there are three reasons. They fear rejection. They lack the competence. They have a belief system that says it's not going to ask.